Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm having issues with my internet as well, but yeah, we're doing this. So, welcome everyone to week two coaching call. Week one's coaching call was phenomenal. Who else agrees with me? It was really nice, and I am so excited to be doing today's coaching call. I saw all your birthday wishes, your messages, your prayers, the videos you did, the images you created, everything you shared, the comments. Oh my God, I'm still going through them, and I'm still working through the groups because I really hope and pray that I can acknowledge as many as possible. Everyone, thank you. I'm very grateful for all of that. Now, before we hand over to our coach who is already here, I'll just say a few things. Number one, there are some people that we had to re-onboard. Your support admins made a mistake marking your attendance, and so you backed you absent. And we eventually found your attendance, and so we marked you. We got you back on the system. Now, when we got you back on the system, you realized that your big one was gone. So please do well to just go through it again, mark as complete, so you can start your week two. We really apologize for that error, but it's definitely going to be not going to be happening again because we're sailing from here. We're not removing people anymore. Number two, some people were sending emails that they could not, when they log in, those when they open the system, they'll say they're not enrolled. Now, when you open the system, make sure you're logged in. That you were logged in yesterday does not mean you're still logged in today. The system might have logged you out for whatever reason. So please do log in again. Be sure that you're logged in again before you start sending emails that you cannot access. You're not enrolled. Please log in again. Then number three, we have issues with people opening bank accounts with Access Bank using the link that the OTP, they're not getting it. Please, if you have an Access Bank close to you, stop by, visit there and sign up. Or you use the code star 901 star 5 hash. It's in your project. So your project will give you three options to open an account. So that's code, USSD code might be the best. We all know the issue going on currently in Nigeria. So you might have issues trying it. So you might need to try it a couple of times. That times the network has issues. So please be patient. I'm not going to waste any further of our time. I'll take further announcements later. I'll just bring up our coach. I'm so excited about what we have today. God help me with this internet today. It is just glitching here and there. So the attendance is going to be announced much later with our code. But we have today Dr. Femi Babajide. We have shared her profile everywhere. She's literally my mama, and I feel we are so privileged to have her. And I'm here with my notes to take notes, and I hope you have your journal as well. She's not just one who is talking the talk, she's someone who has walked the walk, so she knows the gist. She's been there, and so she's going to actually be sharing with us today. So, welcome, Dr. Femi. Welcome to the Tech Up Girls Initiative.
Thank you very much, Excellence. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, the next of the woods. I'm so glad that you have learned to celebrate excellence, but indulge me. Excellence is my very good baby. Can we just like celebrate excellence one more time? Happy birthday, Excellence. You've done an amazing job. You've risen above the tides. You are the definition of resilience yourself. I am so glad that you pull through, with all the things that you're doing. I'm so glad that you do not allow yourself to be beaten and be relegated to the back. Very well done to you. Thank you for not only coming on top of the tide, thank you for also bringing several people to the top of the tide. I want to say publicly and today that I'm very proud of you. It's not a coincidence that you are 30 on the third of the third month, and I've seen your journey, and I only know it's going to get better and better. Several beautifully feathered birds would find shelter under your nest. Okay. All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Your Excellencies. I'm calling you all Your Excellencies. Can you tell yourself that you're an excellency? I watched the first week coaching call and I'm like, oh yeah, this is something. Thank you very much for having me today. Thank you, Excellence, for the invitation. I've heard so much about what's going on with Tech Up Girls. You all are amazing, and I want you to know that the fact that you signed up for this Tech Up Girl coaching and lessons, going through the rigor, means that yes, you are an excellency. You value yourself even though you do not feel that way. I feel that you are giving yourself the permission to actually succeed. Not several people know how to take advantage of opportunities, but you have been able to do this. You are an excellency. Okay, so good day, your excellency. All right. I will dive straight into this. Okay, so my job here is very simple today. I'm glad that I have it clear cut. I'm talking to girls, and I have it clear cut as to the acronym DREAMS, to talk to you about that. So, out of the many things I would like to talk to you about, I'm going to ensure that I deliver on the job today, and I'm going to be sharing with you from my experiences. If you feel at any time that I am going too fast for you, just put in the comment section and say, please slow down a bit. So I'm going to be setting up my slide in such a way that I'll be able to see your comments as I'm teaching, talking, and then we'll make this a little bit as interactive as possible. Okay, so right now I will share my screen with you. Just a minute, and I'll be right there. Okay. I'm sharing a particular window. This is the window I'm sharing. This is it. Um, good. So this goes to full view. All right. You all are the expert in technology. Some of us are still learners. Okay. So um, there we have it. Give me some form of thumbs up if you can see my screen. I think you can. Today, I have the opportunity of dealing with all of you and talking about the power of a dreams girl. And I thought so much about this for a bit. I actually thought, let me tell you, I thought that, okay, should I wear a suit? Should I go in a dress? What should I do? And at some point, I decided that I'm coming to talk to girls. I know that we have not met, but girls have a way of connecting. So you are my girls. I'm coming to talk to my girls, and I'll be as down to earth as possible, talking to you about the power that you have in your hands. And I've said that this is my story, it is my journey, and it's going to become our story. Okay. So let's dive into that. A little about me. This is my favorite, and Excellence can tell you this. She knows a little bit about me. This is my favorite caricature of myself. I like to put my hair into why is the video not playing? I have to put my hair in two buns, and I'm like the regular, typical African girl. If I'm not in weaves, this is how my hair is. And a little bit about me. I was born and bred in the ancient city of Ibadan. Anybody knows Ibadan here? Okay, so I was born in Ibadan, and I'm a typical girl that grew up in a girl's house. I'm one of three girls. I'm the first of three girls, and all my sisters are doing amazing. Right now, I'm a mom of two boys. I'm married to my husband, and okay, so Maserat said, Ibadan Misiogo, you're a correct person. Okay, so I owe you some accolade. And I said all that to say that so that you would know that it wasn't like I was born with a silver spoon. And because I'm trying to focus on what I want to talk about to you today about the power in your hands. And that was why I called you Your Excellency, regardless of what you are doing right now, where you are right now, or what you feel you are doing. And I schooled all the way from cradle to grave in Ibadan. I went to my primary school, my secondary school. I went to the University of Ibadan for my first degree, my second degree, and my PhD. So you can call me a proper Ibadan girl, okay? And I will not be pissed with you. So that's a little bit about me. So, Suani, Olawale, Lizzie Olayinka, thank you. So that's a little bit about me, and then I'll dive a little bit into my story and how my journey has been. So the first thing about the Dreams Girl is about your determination, and I kept the slides very simple so that if Miss Excellence is sharing with you, you'll be able to like go back to it and have reference to it. As a Dreams Girl, you are determined to succeed, and despite any obstacle that may arise, you have a clear vision of what you have to achieve, and you work tirelessly to make it a reality. I will start with a little bit of my background. So I was born into a polygamous home. So I grew up with my mom, and it wasn't like the easiest of things. There were days that we didn't have all the resources, but I do know right now in retrospect the power of being determined, and I'm not going to be telling you anything that does not work. And I wanted to like make this as down to earth as possible so that I won't tell you some aspire to perspire. The fact that you actually signed up for this course means that you are very, very particular about making something out of your life. That's your start to determination. I remembered that there was a particular day in my life that I told myself that I am going to actually be on newspapers. At the time, that was what my mind could carry as to how much I want to achieve, that I was going to be in newspaper. I recall that when I was in primary school, if you are not like if you're not you know how it is, if you are not properly understood. I remember that the teachers used to feel that, oh, I was always the class captain. Oh, this I think she talks so much and all that. But since then I was a go-getter. And that was one of the reasons why I told you where I was born and when I was raised. I wanted to tell you about determination. If you are determined to succeed, despite any obstacle, I had the obstacle of the fact that there were a lot of kids born in our family. I had the obstacle of the fact that we didn't have all the money. Some people are saying they cannot hear. Some people are saying no audio. Please let me know if you can hear me. Can you
We
hear?
can hear you. We can hear you. It's from their device.
All right, please check your device. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything. Okay, so I just remember that there was a time that I got determined in my heart. So, right now in your note, I want you to write the word determination. And if you do not mind, I want you to say that I, Nora Ari, I am your excellency. I, Chikelu Doris, I am your excellency, and I am determined to succeed despite any obstacle. You need to write that down. And it might mean different thing to different people. What it meant to me at that time was I was going to be in the newspapers. I mean, talk about when I was growing up, it was the like of Tribune. I didn't have any other thing that I sort of was open for. I just knew that if you were very successful, you would be in the newspaper. So I just told myself that I was going to be in the newspaper. So being in the newspaper might not be what you want right now. Just might be that I am Onokoya Oluwakemi. I am Your Excellency. I am going to succeed in my tech or my branding business despite any obstacles. Already being born in Africa sometimes might be an obstacle. I mean, some of you might know all the things that we've been going through in the past few days in Nigeria. I There is a joke about a guy that made a video saying that your full-time job is being a Nigerian because in the past few weeks or past few days he has been very distracted. He has not been able to achieve much and all that. So there are challenges that come that way. But I want to let you know that if I look back at my life right now, the power of determination is part of the things that I have. So I don't know if I said this to myself at the time that Opeyemi Latono, at the time I was Opeyemi Latono, I am your excellency and I'm going to succeed against despite all obstacles. But I know I did tell myself that I was going to be in the newspaper. So now that you have written that down, I'm determined to succeed. What would that look like for you? At the time for me, it was being in the newspaper. I want to give you like 30 seconds. What would that look like for you? Some of you, it might look like, okay, Opeyemi Oyeni, when they are looking for the best brand designer, the best brand manager, in the whole of Nigeria and Africa and beyond, I will be the best. What would that look like for you? At the time, it might have been for me. I mean, that's over 37 years ago. It might have been for me like I want to be in the newspaper. For you, it might be that I am going to be on I'm going to be the designer of every major tabloids. That's so good. I'm going to succeed in my fashion business. I'm going to succeed in my branding business. That is so good. That is so good. I'm glad that you all are doing this. And as simple as these exercises are, what you are doing is that you are telling your imagination, you are telling your mind. And look at that girl. I like this picture very well. You are telling your mind that, you see, I'm able to dream this thing, and I'm taking you to this place, and I don't want to talk about for here. Let me move to the next one. Anyway, so the first one is determination, and you have a clear vision. You have a clear vision. And I wanted to talk a little bit about clear vision. I remember that when everybody used to talk about vision, I used to be very clueless. That what do they mean? When somebody said that, oh, my vision is this, I used to be very concerned to say that I don't have a vision. But apparently I didn't know that telling myself that I was going to be on the newspaper was a vision and was sufficient for me at the time. So I want to say that regardless of where you are right now or the kind of background that you have, don't let anybody despise the fact that your vision might just be a singular word right now to be successful in your branding or to be successful in your network marketing. No matter how little, ensure that you have one clear vision that you are holding on to and that you want to achieve, and you work tirelessly to make it a reality. In working tirelessly to make it a reality, that takes us to the next point. A dreams girl is resilient. And I think one of our friends posted on Excellence today to say that excellence is the definition of resilience. A dream girl is resilient in the face of adversity. She bounces back from setbacks and uses them as opportunities to learn and grow. When it means to work tirelessly, it means that as you have stepped forward to actually come into this coaching call, come into the Step Up Girls training, you are going to tell yourself that I am not one to give up. I am not one to let it go. I am not lazy. I fight back. I fight back. I fight for my dreams. So when you first of all tell yourself that I am an excellency, it's beyond the fact that you are just making a mouth to say that I'm an excellency. I do not give up. Let me tell you how I describe myself, and don't tell anybody. It's just a secret between you and I, all of us, okay? I describe myself like a bulldog. If I clench my teeth on something, I don't let it go. And that is the attitude that I want you to. Oh gosh, that is so good. And Afaki said, I fight for my dreams. Because you can imagine if you had a child or you had a favorite top. You know how we used to fight for a favorite top. Like if your sister went to wear your favorite top to a party without letting you know. And on her way back, she sat on Okada, and the Okada machine hooked it and it tore. Eh? Do you know how you will fight for your favorite top? Sometimes we fight so much for material things, but we do not fight for our dreams. Mhm. Do you understand that? You bounce back, and I will tell you a story. So, you remember that I said I was going to be in the newspaper, and then I went to primary school, and I don't know if it's the same thing across Africa. In primary four, I did my common entrance to go to secondary school, and I passed. And it was just supposed to be something I was supposed to do, and test myself. And then in primary six, I would do the full one. But my neighbors told my mother that, oh, she's so good, let her go, and then I went. And In secondary school, it wasn't the same thing as primary school. I think I was just not ready and I was struggling. And you can imagine the girl that I said that she was going to be in the newspaper. I was beginning to struggle in secondary school. Eventually, my mother caught up on that and then she changed my school. Guess what? After secondary school, you remember, I know that you all know the West African Examination Council, right? I came out very well with that. But guess what happened to me? I did not pass JAMB. I don't know how to explain this across Africa, but JAMB is the Joint Admission Matriculation Board, which is the body that actually scores students so that you can go to the university. So all my dreams of being in the paper, in the newspaper, how was it going to come to pass if I'm not able to pass JAMB to go to the university? Guess what? I registered in something like this where I went to learn desktop publishing. I started learning how to design, and in the middle of that, I remember that somebody said, "Oh, there is a diploma in the University of Ibadan." I just went to do the diploma, and from there, I did the direct entry and that and that and that. But whilst I was waiting, I was learning the desktop, which is one of I designed the slides myself. I know I might not be good as some of you because you're all techie girls that I'm very proud of and your excellencies. But what happened is that I bounced off after failing job several times. I ensured I wasn't giving up on my dreams. As a matter of fact, I actually decided that if education does not take me to the newspaper, the work of my hands in desktop publishing would take me to the newspaper. So you are born resilient. You see, there is no baby that was born that was quiet. You were all born and you were like fighting, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes life happens to us and we become very quiet. You actually were born to fight for things that you like. You were born to fight for breast milk. You were born to fight for this. You can also fight for your dreams, which means that I do not expect any less from any of you registered in this course, that you are going to make sure that you use this opportunity to learn and grow. Even if this is not the core of what you would do, this will be an arsenal in your toolbox that you can bring out anytime. So again, I'm saying that your excellencies, you were born to succeed in your dreams. You do not give up on them and you are very resilient, you know? So I'm affirming you right now. I hope that you also affirm yourself. And in talking about being resilient, you know, I told you that I went for the diploma, and then I think that I felt like my dreams were coming to pass again. Wow, I'm in the university, and this brings me to the next one: empowered. So I think that the most important part of this, and well, I don't want to say most important, but one of the key part of this is being empowered. And I use the picture of this girl that is doing the karate. And what comes to my mind about this is the fact that regardless of how much I wanted to be in the newspaper, how I was resilient enough to fight for being in the newspaper, if I was not empowered to be able to be in the newspaper, then I would not be in the newspaper. I feel like a dream girl that is empowered is able to take control of her life and make her own decisions. What you are doing right now today, you know, registering for this. Oh, Betty, you are welcome. What you are doing right now today, registering for this course, is that you are empowering yourself. You are taking the control of your life. I don't know how it works every other place, but I do know that in Africa, the number of jobs that we have, the white collar jobs, is not enough to go around. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Out of all the white collar jobs, the girl child have to like fight double to be able to like come to the leadership. So you can imagine a girl child who is able to actually run her own business because she's empowered in tech, she's empowered in business, marketing, sales, and everything. What empowerment does is that after you have already made up your mind to succeed, you are resilient about it. Empowerment is like the sword in your hand, you know, that helps you. So every other thing is you like having all these things internally and building muscles, but without the right tool. So your empowerment is the right tool, you know. If you have access to resources, then you will succeed. And if you're supported by a community. Now, I like to say this. Right here, Miss Excellence has set up this with the help of several coaches and several admin folks. You have access to these resources at this time. It's not a waste. You are supported by this community at this time. It's not a waste. All those weeks, I'm the second week coach. I'm supporting you. I am actually rooting for your success. You have my support. I am giving you permission to succeed with the empowerment that you have right now in your hands. Every one of you on this call, because the resources that are made available to you right now is sufficient to actually make a millionaire out of you. So what I'm doing right now is telling you that once you are determined, you are resilient, pick up your sword of what it is in your hand and begin to what? Ensure that you move forward with it. That is what empowerment does to you. So once again, what do we do? A dream girl is empowered. She takes control of her life and she makes her own decisions. As much as you take advices, you are able to make up your own mind. I like that. I'm empowered to do great things. Olivia Chinasa, that's such an affirming word. Well done. Okay, you have access to resources, you all the resources that you need, and you use them in succeeding, and you are supported by a community. Again, like I said, I'm going to make this as simple as possible. I'm not going to be telling you any aspire to perspire. So, in my story, I remember that where I got my own empowerment was because my mom has three girls. I feel that she also felt that she needed to like empower her three girls. So for every of our holidays, at the time there are no tech calls like this. So there was the desktop publishing, or there was learning music, learning computer, and everything. That was what we did as young girls of your age. And I remember that when I got to the university, and even as an adult right now, I still keep assuring that I use the resources around me to get empowered. If there is a course, I'm going to do it. If there is a call to say that, oh, this thing will improve you, come and learn in a coaching call, I'm going to do it. If somebody says that, oh, this thing is being created, you can learn something new, I'm going to do it once I know that it adds up to my goal. So not only are you getting empowered with the resources made available to you, you are also capable of actually going after the resources that you really need. That is very, very important. And the last thing I would like to say is that being supported by a community. Sometimes you do not even know the things that you know the things that you need, but you do not know how to get them. I think you should ask questions. You can ask your friends, ask your mom, ask Miss Excellence, ask the people that are like above you. Sometimes you do not even know what you need and you do not know how to get there. Sometimes you can ask your friends to say that when you see me, what do you think? So what do you think I do? Someone will say, I think that you are very good at making your makeup. Why don't you learn something about makeup and start making money about it? Another person can say, I see that you like to write. Why don't you start writing? What did she say? To be honest, I never saw future. I need to read that. That's quite important. Like I said, I want to make it as interactive as possible. I never saw a future where women will be teaching their fellow women about tech, but yeah, I love this. Absolutely. And I love that you're saying that because you see, there are some things right now that are happening that you are going to be the ones to establish them. We are just giving you the tools that in the past has been said that a girl cannot do. But you, Lin, you, Chioma Peace Honora, you, Justina Taylor, you, Albertina France, would be the one to equip the future females. You are going to be the one to empower them because there is a dream in your heart that you are resilient about. Miss Excellence might never have known in the last 10 years that she was going to like be empowering girls in tech. But yes, she is. She's doing it, and she's doing it amazingly. Selma, I affirm that your dreams are very valid, and I'm going to get to that. That's one of the things I tell myself. Your dreams are very valid. All right. So the last thing I said right here is learn to make use of the community. Ask questions. Where can I get this? And what do you think I need? What do you think I'm good at? And let people be able to like suggest to you so that you can make a good decision. And on the back of being empowered, moved my cursor. On the back of being empowered is being audacious, and I want to dwell a little bit here because this is my specialty. I am audacious, and I want to tell you girls something. Most of the things that I do, and I don't know if you have heard a little bit about imposter syndromes. Most of the things that I do now, sometimes I wake up. It doesn't happen as often and as it used to happen before. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, can I really do this? But you know what I tell myself? I preach myself happy. This thing that I'm telling you, I tell myself, I stay in my room and I'm like, I am the excellency. I am good at what I do. Do you know who I am? I am Opeyemi Babajide. Even if I don't know how to do it, I can find out how to do it and I'm good at what I do. I am audacious. I am delivering you today the marriage from imposter syndrome. Because even women that have grown are still going through it. But you know what kills imposter syndrome? Telling yourself the things that you have done before. Tell yourself that you have passed primary school before. There is nothing you cannot do. As little as that. Tell yourself that I have passed secondary school. Tell yourself that you are even killing this the tech class. I'm doing it. Be audacious. Be the first person to affirm your own dream. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own cheerleader. If you are not your first cheerleader, shame and guilt and imposter syndrome will do you shaggy, as we will say it in local parlance in Nigeria. So I tell myself, I know how to use opportunities. I am empowered. Even if I don't know how to do it, I know how to use Google. I am very audacious. You need to learn how to pursue your dream, take risks. I take risk a lot. Okay, I can give you examples of the kind of risk I take. And before somebody says that, oh, can you do something? Once I know that it's in my field, you know what? I say, yes, I can do it. And then I'll go and find out how to do it. I'll go and find out how to do it or call my friends that I know that can do it. I am audacious because I affirm myself first. I will not give up on myself. I will not score myself 0 first. I am myself's first assessor. And in assessing myself, I give myself 100 over 100. Stella, I want you to tell yourself right now, I give myself 100 over 100. And I know that even if I fail, it's a part of a natural process. I fail forward. Failure is learning how not to do it. I fail forward. I'm my own cheerleader. And you must do that. No matter how difficult you feel that this tech thing is going right now, or you are finding it challenging, you can tell yourself that, you know what? I have done this before. What have you done before? I finished a storybook before when I was in primary 6. I can finish this tech. You have to be audacious. People will say that you have big mouth. Okay, you have big mouth. That's okay. What are they doing with their own mouth? Use your own mouth too. People can say that, oh, you talk too much. I feel that you are too how do they say, you are too plenty, like you say that Ishebi is my mouth. Use your own mouth as well. You know, be very audacious. Affirm yourself. Take risk. And if anything happens, there is okay. Like myself, let me use myself as an example. If anything happens and I didn't do it well, I just tell myself that okay, it's okay. Next time we'll try again. We pick up ourselves. I can even cry. Let me see. She's saying that she okay, so let's deal with this. So let's go after it, one after the other. Yvonne says that this is my big problem. I don't like to fail. I'm really, really scared of failing. It makes me feel less of myself. It feels good to hear that failure is part of it. Failure is a learning process. Do you know about Albert Einstein? He's the one that created or innovated the light bulbs. They said they tried 99 times. I have not even tried 9 times. So I have 99 times of failing. And when you fail, you know what you should do like me? Buy yourself ice cream and pizza. Is that a good thing? Whenever you do something that is not working well, just buy yourself ice cream and pizza. If anybody asks you what's going them, tell them Dr. Babajide says so. Okay? That's so good. So Yvonne, no longer, okay? It's part of a learning process. Celebrate it. You are learning not to do it that same way again. Yes, I agree with you, Onakoya. You won't beat up yourself over your failures again, but see it as an opportunity to do it better. That's how to do it. Because if not, shame, the guilt would crumple you. And you have to be audacious. Look at this picture of the woman. You have to try it. I remember the first time I went on a rope climbing. I am one person was very, very scared. And I'm not always scared, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you how I reason. So the person was scared. I was telling the person that, why are you scared? They said that this rope has been, and it was in Ghana. They said this rope has been here for, I think it was about 70 years, or yeah, close to 100 years. And I asked them that how many people have died here. They said nobody. I said, I can't be the first. You cannot be the first. Hmm? You cannot be the first. What if it doesn't work? What if it works? Dr. Opeyemi, you don't understand. My parents don't really have any background. I don't have anybody to show me how to do it. Maybe why they never did it was because they thought it would not work. What if it now works in your own hands? Huh? How about that? What if it works in your own hand? And that's what and how I want you to think. Just a minute. Someone is calling me. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, so what if it works in your own hand? So you have to be very, very, very audacious. You have to like try it. I do cry when I fail, but I brazen up quickly. I shout at the one, that is it. You have to like brace up very quickly. And like I said, but right now, like I said, what did I say? If anything happens and you fail again, let me go to the most recent chart. Buy yourself what? Pizza and ice cream. What if your brand becomes international? What if that thing that you are doing in the corner of your room? What if somebody picks it up on Twitter? You know how everything goes viral these days, okay? So anytime you do something and you think it's not working well, what have I told you to do? Buy yourself ice cream and pizza. No, it's no longer. You should not let depression make you fail. You should have a community of people that will celebrate your failure with you, okay? Let's all eat ice cream and pizza together. You can even send me an email, okay? Because you are smarter than that. All right, I have to move a bit faster. The next one is being mentored. And this is like cumulatively for everything that I've said all day. I don't think my life would be what it is right now without the influence of several people that mentored me. Look at, sometimes I'm not even able to pump myself up to be audacious, but I have people that speak those words into my life. Sometimes it's like they might not have done the things that I've done before, but I learn from their lessons. I learn from their lessons. Sometimes I even learn from their failures. Do you understand? I learn from their failure. I learn from their lessons. I learn from whatever they have gone through. So, and I ask a lot of questions, and that is very, very key. You need to learn to ask questions. A dream girl has access to mentors who provide her guidance, support, and advice. I like this picture of a mentor. When you sit down, you can talk. It's not somebody that's always telling you what to do. No, no, no. Sometimes you need that kind of overriding. It's not called mentorship. I think that's coaching. When a coach tells you what to do, yeah. But a mentor just guides you, supports you, advise you on how to navigate the challenges of achieving your dream, what they have learned from their own perspective. A mentor has like a higher view, a proper 360-degree view more than you do. They are teachers, they can be family members, they can be community members, but they must have the experience and the expertise in the area of that you are pursuing. Sometimes I dare to say that they might not even have the area, the experience in your area of expertise. It depends. If you are looking for a mentor in terms of visibility, how can I take my business to the next level? Let me see. We are afraid of failure. Forgetting failure makes us step onto the next trial. Yes, that's so right. So mentor, yeah. I mean, and that is so good. Somebody said, I'm finishing this bootcamp victoriously. Yes, you are. You don't drop off. So a mentor helps you to do this. You might be in the space that you're working in, but I cannot overemphasize the effect of mentorship. I feel that if I begin to talk about that, it's a topic on its own. And okay, I'm a Christian, okay, and I can tell you several times out that I have read in the scripture on the power of mentorship. A mentor can make or mar you depending on how you learn from people. If you learn to learn from your mentor, then it's going to be an easier journey. I'll set an example for you. I have a mentor in health. She's about 53 now. And because she's also a woman, she has had kids. I ask her questions about a woman, like the things that, and this is what usually happens when you ask your mentor a question. The things that look like a very huge issue to you apparently are very, very easy for them because they have been there, done that. It's like right now, I have two kids. If right now you are afraid of being pregnant and having babies, because I have experience in that, I can easily tell you that it's not that, for you, you probably have watched Google that they are bringing the children out of the woman. Oh, the woman is laboring. It's scary. I don't want babies. But if I was your mentor, I'd tell you that I've had two babies and it's not that painful. Once you have the baby, you forget about it, the joy of the baby. I can put you through that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what a mentor does. For instance, right now you're trying to start your business, you're going through this coaching call, you're going through this boot camp, and you're like, it's too challenging. I don't get it. I can tell you that when you start learning new things, that is what happens. But if you can persevere for the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, you actually will see that it gets easier. The easiest thing, the most difficult thing to actually do is to actually give up because you're not giving yourself a chance to actually succeed at it. So a mentor can tell you that. Okay, so that's what a mentorship does, and I wanted to ensure that we mentor that as part of what you have, the power in your hands as a dream girls. And the last thing I want to talk about is safety. I had mentioned earlier that I'm a Christian, so I'm going to be sharing from this perspective. This is my personal, my personal logo that I drew up, and this happened at a point in my life where I felt like I was feeling unsafe, and this was where I got my anchor from. It talks about the fact that it's Deuteronomy 33 verse 12. The Lord's beloved rests secure in Him, for it shields her all day long, and the one the Lord loves rests between his shoulders. So that's me with my bunny hair, and I feel like Papa God is carrying me on his shoulder. And I realize that there's several people here that might have different faiths. Ensure that whatever faith you have anchor in it for your safety. That is personally. But as a society, I feel that a dream girl is safe and protected from every form of harm. She lives in an environment that is free from violence, discrimination, exploitation, and access to healthcare, education, and other basic needs. And I'm looking at this in terms of society. But the angle I would like to emphasize on this evening or this afternoon is the fact that you owe yourself to stay safe. You owe yourself to stay safe. You owe yourself to be protected. And I'm not saying that things don't happen, but I mean, as you grow up, I think that one of the things that we should learn is to say that because I carry this weight of success, I carry this weight of I'm resilient. I don't give up on my dream. You also should know that you need to learn to keep yourself safe. You need to learn to keep yourself in such a way that you're not exposing yourself unnecessarily. Sometimes it can be on YouTube, sometimes it can be on Facebook. You need to ensure that whatever things that you are doing, you are actually safety conscious. Whilst there might be a supernatural way of keeping yourself safe, I want you to say that you owe yourself to be safe because your future is waiting for you. Your generation is waiting for you. Your dreams are valid. You are the solution to several things that we will need in the future. And you owe yourself to be safe, So there's an adage in my language that talks about the fact that follow on shore. There's a guy named follow on shore. It means that the one that God is watching or the one that the universe is protecting. But you know what follow on shore did? He started climbing the palm tree without a safeguard. So because the follow on shore, the universe or the Lord is protecting the person is not protecting themselves. I want to talk to you from that angle. Your dreams are very valid. You owe your generation to show up. There are several people actually waiting for you to succeed. There are several people, and I'm one of them, rooting for you. Ensure that you are safe. Ensure that you keep yourself so that you are alive. You are in good shape to fulfill your dreams. And I'm going to be sharing the last slide, which is my favorite. How many of you know Tomi Amushon? She has inspired me so much. She's one lady, you remember, that kept trying and trying and trying and trying. But you know what she did? She was determined. She was resilient. She was empowered. Our coach said that she kept training and training. She was audacious. She kept showing up for all the competitions, regardless. She will come third. She will come second. She kept showing up. She was very audacious. She believed in her dream. She affirmed herself. I can do this. She was very audacious. And what is the next one? She was mentored. I learned that she's always listened to her coach. And the next thing was she was safe. She kept herself very safe. She ensured that at least she was responsible for her safety. And, I also know that she alluded a lot of things to her faith. So I want us to and the journey of an athlete, it looks like the journey that mirrors what we want to do in our lives. An athlete keep training when nobody's seeing you at the back of the field, until one day you go for your local competition, until another day you go for your regional competition, until another time you go for your national competition, and one day you are showing up on the Olympic field. The entire world is your playing field, and that's what I want you to know today. Do your assignments, do your coaching camps, do your boot camp with a lot of determination, because you are not giving up on your dreams. You are not a failure. You are not going to score. You are not scoring yourself low. When you are not a sadist on your own self, you have scored yourself 100 over 100. And I want to assure you all, the world is actually waiting for you. Okay, the entire world is your playing field, and the world is waiting for you. If you feel that Nigeria is too small for you, Lagos is too small for you, South Africa is too small for you, Rwanda, Gambia, wherever you are, is too small for you, then know that the entire world is your playing field. Now is not the time that you say that, oh, I don't use Twitter. No, it's a global village. You are resilient. You are very audacious. You are very determined. And you're not giving up on yourself. So that is very, very important. So this evening, this afternoon, this day, I am telling you, your excellencies, the entire world is your playing field, and the world is waiting for you. Go for your dreams, and thank you for showing up this evening. Thank you.
Wow, wow, this was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What do you guys think? Wow, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Ma. I'm sure we have so many questions, but before we delve into the questions, we have Miss Ifeoluwa from the Access Bank W community with us. Like you all are well aware, um, the part of this bootcamp is being sponsored by the W community of the Access Bank. So she's going to share a bit with us. And most of you have been complaining about opening an account. Now is the time to ask your questions to her as well, if you have those questions, because the project I told you that is upcoming is in week 3. So we need to get that sorted immediately. Then when she's done, I'll bring back Dr. Opeyemi with us, and then you can ask her all the questions that you have. Please don't ask her your questions yet, because they will scroll through and I will see it. I will miss it when she start asking questions. Then we'll all talk about the attendance. I don't know why people are asking for attendance. Attendance is not open till when I announce it is open, as well as impute the code. So just be patient. So, Ms. Ife, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, but let me say now that happy birthday to you, Miss Excellence, and I hope that the cake is going to
Ah,
go around before the end of
thank
the
you very
day.
much. Thank you. Thank
Thank you, and thank you so much, Dr. Babajide. I mean, I was under your teaching, and I must say that I could resonate a lot with the things that you mentioned, and truly, I totally agree. I couldn't agree less with everything you talked about. So, thank you again, and good evening to you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Like Miss Excellence mentioned, my name is Ife Olua, and I work with the women banking team of Access Bank, and we are known as the W Initiative. So, very briefly, I'll just talk a little bit about what we do at the W Initiative. So, the bank understood the fact that women are of a different breed, right? We are very important, we are different, and women are looking for financial institutions that are not just about money, right? They don't just want to collect your money and save and all. You want much more, and that is why we are here. So that's why Access Bank has put together a team of 14 members to cater to the needs of women, and that's what the W initiative does. So we are aimed at inspiring, connecting, and empowering women, and everything that we do at the W initiative is based on these three things. We look at ways we can inspire women, ways we can connect them, and ways we can empower them. And one of such ways is by partnering with the Techie Train Incubators program, just so that we see that women are being inspired, women are being empowered, and and so much more. And so that's why I would like to say thank you again to the Techie Train Incubator Foundation for this amazing platform. So for the W initiative, like I mentioned, we cater to our women using five approaches. The first is we cater to women in business, we cater to women who have families, we cater to young professionals, and very recently we introduced the Gen Z segment and the quintessential segments. And so because we understand that the needs of women vary, right? Your needs as young women that are blooming is quite different from what a 50-year-old woman would need, for example. And so we decided that we're not going to put everybody in the same buckets, and that's why we have different approaches to catering to women. So I'm just going to speak to a few things that we do at the W initiative that can be beneficial to you. The first is the Womenpreneur Pitchathon. So under the W initiative, we have a segment called the W Academy, and that's responsible for trainings and capacity buildings for women. And that's the segment that is partnering with you on this program. And what we do is to educate, we empower, we provide capacity building. And I don't know if Miss Excellence has mentioned, but she has been a beneficiary of one of our programs, the Womenpreneur Pitchathon. And very soon we're going to be putting it up for calls for application. It's a program where you get to have a mini MBA, and if you're lucky, you can get some grants for your business. So I'm sure that at the end of this training, a lot of you will be looking for grants to start up on your own, and that will be a very good opportunity for you. Another thing that we do, we have the Ladies Let's Drive initiative, and what we do is that we have gone to the FRSC, we've gone to some driving schools, and we have discussed with them to say, oh, look, we have a lot of women that want to learn how to drive, but then you cannot be charging them the same thing you are charging men. So you have to give them discounts and all, so that we can have a lot of women learning how to drive. And that's what we have done. So we have the Ladies Let's Drive initiative running for women, and I'm sure that would be of interest to you, because this is a time a lot of you would want to learn how to drive. So you can also reach out to us, and would help you and connect you to driving schools that can be helpful to you. We also have quite a few loan products that can be useful to you. There's the MHSS, and that's the Maternal Health Support Service. That's for people who have health conditions they require some funding for. We have the W Power loan that is for your business in case you need funding to help your business, and so much more. And let me write on what Dr. Babajide had mentioned earlier when she talked about having a community that supports you. And then and that's why we have the W community, where it's a collection of women that are helping each other. On that platform, you have women that are selling and buying, they're advertising their products, they're connecting themselves, they're giving referrals, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure that you don't want to miss out on the opportunities that come with being a member of the W community. So what you can do is to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and Twitter at the W Community. The W Community is THEW, then community. And also, if you have any questions, if you have any inquiries, you can send an email to us on wcares at Access Bank PLC. That's the letter W, then cares is CARES at accessbankplc.com. And I'm sure every of your questions and your inquiries will be answered. And so that's it for me this evening. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I am sure that my time is up or will be up very soon. And so I'll leave it up to you. Thank you very much, Miss Excellence, for the opportunity. And thank you all for having me.
Thank you very much. So you mentioned the email address. Does it mean those that can open accounts, they can send an email to that address?
Yes, yes. So if you're having any issues at all with your email, your account opening and your card collection or anything, you can send an email to that address, wcares@accessbankplc.com, and I'm sure somebody
Okay.
will attend to you.
I will share that with them. There's also someone that said she opened an account in 2018, but it has not
Okay.
been active. So she's not using it for a while. So is it possible for her to get it back
Oh,
or something?
yes.
Or is
So, depending on the type of account that it is, if it's a savings account, if it's a current account. So, if it's a savings account, you probably need your valid ID card, your utility bill, and what's the last thing now? Yeah, I think those are the three things. Those are the things you need: your valid ID, your utility bill. There's one more thing. I think I must have forgotten it. So if it's a savings account, those are the things you need. But if it's a current account, you might need some reference forms and some other forms that you need to fill. But I mean, you can send an email to WCares and then we're going to share with you the requirements that you need. Or you can even send an email to the contact center of the bank and you can definitely reactivate your account.
what of someone that can remember her account details?
Okay, so well, yeah, sure.
I know
There are ways you
BVN
can get
can
your account
extract
number from the bank. I don't know
using the
if
BVN,
that
right?
person. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Using BVN.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. So I don't know if the person had linked that account to their BVN. If they've done that, then there's a possibility of retrieving. And
Okay.
there are other ways we can use your name, we can use your phone number to search for your account number. So it's not going to be a problem.
Okay, okay, fantastic. So thank you very much. So we're going to, I'll give them the WKS email address so they can
Yes.
always reach out if they have any issue. So Access Bank is very phenomenal. And what she said about the entrepreneur projecting, I didn't win the money, but the MBA was just lit. It was just amazing. It was different. It was practical. And trust me, it's the things I learned from there. Even the way you guys love the way I teach. I learned most things from how we were taught during the MBA. It was just really beautiful. And I think it's something you guys should join. So when it's open, maybe the Tech Trade Incubator Foundation, most likely we conduct a webinar where we'll teach you how to apply correctly so that you can win. The form today that you're filling for attendance is not just an attendance form. We're also going to ask you some information because we want to help you get better and win. Those of you that want to start businesses, those of you that already have businesses, you're going to help us know that information so we know how to help you win better. Thank you very much, Ife. Thank you. Thank you for staying through for our
Thank you
coaching
so
call.
much.
Thank you. Okay, so like she said, we're going to communicate that further with you and having your account. If you have your account, very important. It's going to be critical for your tax. That's for Nigerians in week 3. If you do not have an account, you have to open one. Then for those outside Nigeria, we have a separate tax for you. You lost your Access Bank account after you lost your phone. Don't worry. I will give you the email. You can reach out if there's a way to retrieve it. Fine. If not, then you might need to open another one. Onyechi, you want to learn how to drive? I'll give you the WK's number, email, sorry, as well. So you can email them. They might have a driving school that has a partnership with the W community in your location or your city, and you can actually take part in that. You need the link to open your Access Bank account. For the Tech Up girls, if you're a Tech Up girl, I think I shared that in your project. If you're not a Tech Up girl, then maybe we can share that later in the comment section. The W community is for only Nigerians for now. Temwani from Zambia, only for Nigerians for now. For now. So you're going to have another project, and I'll communicate that to you in week 3. So with that being said, I'm bringing back Dr. Opeyemi for questions. But before that, you guys know that attendance is not open till a certain time till I announce, and we've put it in on. We usually put it on the screen. We have the scroller you can see on your screen. So I was surprised people were asking the attendance sheet is locked. I thought it was going to be locked until it's time. So once it's open, you're going to see it on the screen as well as the code. please impute the right, because it's going to be on your screen. Don't be asking funny questions, and don't go and share in your group. In fact, I've muted all the groups. So just go fill your attendance quietly and come back to join the session. The only thing is when you're filling your attendance, you might miss some questions. So go fill it, because after the session, we will close the attendance. So now let's take questions. What is the first question? So bring in your questions. Let's see this. Dr. Babajide, can you see this?
Yes, I see. I wish I could get a mentor in my life. I tried reaching out to some people to mentor me, but I was rejected so many times. Since then, I've been down with getting a mentor. After this coaching call, I feel there is still a need for me to get a mentor. Please, how do I get a mentor? Can you please help me get a mentor who can guide, support, and advise me in achieving my dreams? That's a very good question, and that is something I always get. I was in this situation years ago, and the good thing is that the good thing is that for you is that there is internet now. In those periods, there were no internet. What I would do is that I would start reading books. I read a lot of books. I actually read countless books. I can't remember how many books I read, and that was my first point of contact, or my first kind of mentoring. And I feel that now it's not only to books alone. You have YouTube, you have resources that can help you in your field. So this is how it works. And I just want to break it down because I feel that it will benefit everyone. Sometimes you are not able to get a mentor because you have not shown up on the radar. People don't know what you are able to do. So what you will do is you start reading books, listen to videos, and building yourself like you are doing right now. At some point, someone would notice you, and you would have built credibility that when you reach out to them, they would not only want to mentor you, but they would also want to be part of your story. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I know that might not be what you want to hear. That why can't somebody take me up from the scratch and help me? Mentors are not. It's parents that do that. Your parents can take you up from the scratch. Mentors have to work with something. You have to bring something to the table, ask questions. They are not going to be spoon feeding you. So the best way right now that I will advise you is to get some books of people that you really admire, people in your field where you try to achieve. One of the very good books that I really like that I would recommend is Becoming by Michelle Obama. It's good for for every girl child. Start with that. If you feel that is too much for you, then let's begin to look for resources. I'm happy to pull up a few resources that might help you, depending on what your field is. You just need to ensure that you are putting yourself in that kind of thing, reading books, listen to videos, equipping yourself so that you would have built some measure of credibility by the time you reach out to people. They not only want to mentor you, they want to be part of your story. So they're going to be, in quotes, benefiting from mentoring you as well because they're going to be part of your story. I hope that helps you.
Okay,
Mrs.
there's something else I would like you to address as well.
Yeah.
The entitlement some young ladies have actually with mentorship. So they feel when I tell you to mentor me, you have to mentor me, and they don't understand that most people might also have other parts of their life going on, as well
Mhm.
as big mentorship. I don't know. I'd like you to address those two things.
All
Um,
right.
can you that?
I think that's a very good observation. Okay. So, like I said, the only people that you have a right to are your parents. And the next people that you might have a right to are your teachers because your parents are paying them. But if you want someone to mentor you, it's not a do or die affair. And there are different ways that people can mentor you. It's not the marking alone. The way we are on this call right now, some people are getting inadvertently being mentored by me, and they have not had close, what's it called, with me, close relationships with me. Sometimes you need to check your heart as to why you want somebody to actually mentor you, and you feel that you are entitled to them mentoring you. If not, that sometimes you want to show off. Are your intentions really genuine? If you think that somebody must mentor you, by all means, you understand what I'm trying to say. Some of us are being mentored and we are learning from Coursera, EDX, some lecturers, some courses I really like. I'm building that capacity to the level that when I need that one-on-one mentorship, I would also attract it. It will not be me demanding it. So I want to put a challenge to all of the ladies today. When you are empowered, you will actually attract mentorship. You will not be demanding mentorship. I hope that helps you.
Yeah, that helps. Thank you. So we have this from Martha. She said, Doctor, please, if you have a lot you want to do at once, how will you know which one to start first?
The easiest, if you are like me, you go for the most difficult ones. Let me tell you one thing about multitasking. Now I multitask a little bit more successfully, but I didn't start this way. I feel that sometimes if you start doing a lot of things at once, it's because your vision is still in several places. So I would like to know, what do you mean by I have to do a lot of things at once? Are there a lot of things that are related? Like I'm in tech, I want to learn coding, I want to learn branding, I want to learn. So those are related. And then I can break it down to say that okay, because I am in tech, I want to learn coding and branding. I think I should learn the coding first and then I would learn the branding later. Or I want to learn the branding first so that I can start making money and then I'll start learning you can pick. However, what do you mean that if I have a lot to do at once? Not everything is urgent, no matter how important they are. You need to learn how to prioritize. It's part of the capability of a young girl that has a dream, the dreams girl we're talking about. If you are focused, if you have a vision, you have to learn to prioritize. So if you said I have a lot to do at once, I understand. Are they all related? If you just sit down and say, okay, which one, if I don't do it now, tomorrow will not come, or it will affect something tomorrow, or if I do it now, this can wait, this can wait. I think that you should go with the simplest and succeed and take it out, or you should go with the hardest, see if you feel that it will waste your time. I hope that's helpful to you. In my daily routine, for instance, I have a to-do list. I do the easiest things first, because when I have like 10 things to do, there are still 10 regardless. If I start with the most difficult ones, I have 9 months to go. But once I start with the easiest one and I take it off, the feeling of achievement keeps driving me to the next one and to the next one and to the next one. So I hope that answers your question. Depending on how you categorize the things, you can go for the easiest and you can start with the most difficult. How do I overcome my fears? Olivia, how do I overcome my fears? I feel like you have a lot I can do, but once I try and I feel I kind of lose hope in trying again. Fear of failure is your big problem and it's really dealing with you, but what would you suggest you do to overcome it? I feel that one of the things I will ask you is that, Olivia, have you succeeded at anything before? I want to write a story out. And I don't know if your coach, your group lead is here. I want you to write like a 300 words of the thing that you have succeeded in before. That will be very, very helpful with you. What have you succeeded in before? Write a story about it. Write how it happened. Because if you have succeeded in one thing before, you actually can succeed in another thing before. That's the thing. So everything that we do in life is like a seed. If you have succeeded before, that story is still on the earth and it will make you succeed before. Olivia, I don't know if this is helpful to you. If you want to ask a follow-up question, you can post it in the chat. Write a review of what you have done before. Everybody, we all have situations where that want to get crippled with fear. It's just that we tell ourselves that if I've done it before, I've done that before, I can try again. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We just keep going. Sometimes we do it afraid. Sometimes I'm crying and I keep going. Just you can't do it afraid. What does courage mean? Courage does not mean that you will not have difficult situation. It just means that even in the face of difficulty, you just keep moving. Okay? So yeah, let me know. Debbie Wisdom says, how do I pursue my dream without money when it requires so much money? And my parents are not financially okay. In fact, they are separated, so it's really bad. Okay, so like I told you, I'm from a dysfunctional home myself. And any dream that requires money first, it's not a time. I hope I've not burst your bubbles. There is a particular dream in your heart that does not require money right now. I will tell you something. When I was when I was a young girl, I used to, I don't know if you know those things, muffler. I used to knit hair bands and go to sell in the bank for 100 naira at the time. Knitting I learned when I was in secondary school in GS3. And I went to the market, it was less than 100 naira to buy those things. And I was knitting different colors and I was selling them. And that was helping me. At the time, it was helping me with my dreams. It got to a point that 100 naira was not solving some of the issues. I started selling bed sheets. doing interior decorations. If your dream is too expensive at this time, it is not yet time for that dream. Don't let it get you into trouble. That's how some people get into trouble of doing illegal things or going illegal means to get money. If your dream is very expensive right now, start from where you are. What is in your hands right now? What can you do to get money to even feed yourself, be on your own, and then start saving? And the power of the supernatural. Pray for God's help. That's also very important. If you feel bad, by all means, you should. But I do believe so strongly that if a dream is very expensive, because God is not so clueless. The universe is not so clueless to give you a dream that you won't be able to achieve. If it's so expensive for you to achieve right now, it's not yet its time. That's what I believe. What is in your hands right now? What can you do with it? And then we move from there.
Mm.
Debbie, I hope that's so good. I hope that helps you. And I want you to know that your dreams are very valid. You're actually very strong. So, still being on the score, regardless of how your parents are separated, you're going to find a way out of that. I know it. How do you stay a dream girl when you are scared of failure? You have no support system and feel all alone and don't know what dream you actually want to make a reality. Right here, Nikki, you have over 200 students and you have a group. I think you should start building a community. That's one of the things I think that we don't know how to do and we're not taught. We feel that the community that we need are our close friends and our families. No. Sometimes we meet people on social media that are closer to you than your family has been. I think that right now, if you're scared of failure, you have a community right now doing this course together. Start discussing it. Start trying new things. For instance, you live in a riverine area and it's required for you to swim. You are afraid of swimming. How will you cope? You won't learn swimming. I discovered that it's because we don't want what we want so badly at times that we don't go for them and we let failure actually stop us. If you live in a riverine area and the only way to actually move is to be in a boat, you can't be saying that's not the time to be forming pepperless and be saying that I'm water scared. I'm reaction to water. Ah, auntie, only you will be there. You won't be able to move. Oh. So I just believe so strongly that we can do it afraid. And it's like a muscle. The more you start trying new things, the more you start doing it, start getting better at it. Start getting better at it. You are stronger than what you think, Nikki. And right now, start building the community that you are in right now. Make friends that you can talk to about it. And reach out for help if you need any form of help whatsoever. All right. Thank you.
Mm.
Your support
Fantastic.
system is in this community right now, Nikki. How do I get over social anxiety? I took a long study leave and went through depression and everything bad the last 2 years, and you're back in university this year and it's hard to interact with people. Okay, so yeah, and social anxiety sometimes it's in several it's in several ways. I'm sorry to say, and I feel that we are not so educated in it, especially in Africa. There are a wide spectrum that causes social anxiety. Sometimes it might be that people are Asperger's, people are even on the autism spectrum. And I'm not saying that's your case right now. And sometimes it might even be that life situation has happened. So you took a study leave and then you have social anxiety right now. I feel that the first thing first is, and I read that by a very wise man, that he that wants a friend must first show himself friendly. You know, I don't know why it's hard for you to interact with people, because right now I see that you're being honest with yourself to say that it is you that it's hard for to interact with people. Are you afraid of actually launching out? When you launch out, do they shut you down? That's another thing entirely. But if it's you that you're afraid of launching out, I just want to encourage you, do it. Like Nike, just do it. Make a friend. Don't make two. Just make a friend. One friend at a time is enough for you, okay? I understand what social anxiety could be, but for you to be asking, you really, really need it, okay? I mean, if you are indifferent about it, you won't be asking. And like I said to Nikki, I feel that you should actually start from the group that you are right now. Some of you don't even know who is in your group beyond Miss Excellence and every other person. Meet one person, ask how they are doing, even on the group. Make a friend, talk to someone, meet somebody outside of your country. Learn out how other cultures are doing. Because you have this one life. I think that you hold yourself to actually live your life to the full. So regardless, now that you know that it is social anxiety, I think that now you know how to conquer it. Look at people in the face and say, hi, good morning, how are you? That's one way to conquer social anxiety. At least talk to people. Don't say too much. I say, how are you? Okay. So you get to your class at the university and say hi. They say hi back. How are you? I'm fine. Okay, see you later. The next day you say hi. Can we talk? Can we go to the cafeteria together? Have a pre-written line. It helps, for you to know that right now it's social anxiety. I feel that you can actually walk through it. All right.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, you said you take risk all the time. How do you ensure that you have take calculated risk and not jump on anything that I cannot promise you, Zambwe, Jessica, that I take calculated risk, unfortunately. Sometimes it has worked, sometimes it has not worked. So that's me being very vulnerable with you. But I do know that I cannot achieve anything without taking risk. You can sometimes what awaits you at the other end of risk is actually your future. What look risky, what look gloomy, what looks dark, what looks uncertain, what awaits you on the other side of it is a glorious future. So I cannot tell you that I have calculated risk. Sometimes I have calculated, well, if it's calculated, then it's not a risk, but I have told myself that regardless of what I meet at the end of this risk, I will learn my lessons. I will learn how not to do it again. I will try how to do it better. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I cannot tell you that I always take calculated risk. If it's calculated, then it's not a risk. Trust me. Okay. And then
Wow.
I feel that I want to answer the second part of the question, not to jump on anything and everything that comes your way. So because I'm very focused on what I do, I know the things I say no to. I usually tell people, I might not know all the things I am supposed to say yes to, but I'm very clear on the things I say no to. Maybe that will be very helpful. I don't jump on anything and everything. For instance, if somebody calls me to say that I'm having a coaching for girls and they are talk about something random. The only reason why I said yes to this is because it does not fit into something that I say no to. I'm African. I like empowering African girls. I like empowering African girls. So when Excellence told me about this, I said yes on it. I wouldn't have jumped on anything, and I'm using that as an example. If it's part of the things that I know I say no to, I don't say no. I don't say yeah. My no are very sound and loud. To things that are not edifying and are not supportive. My no's are very sound and loud to things that are not honoring. For instance, people are meeting to protest about something and I say that there's no honor in it, My no's are very loud to that. I might not know what I say yes to, but I will not jump at anything that is dishonoring, that goes against my values. So even in taking my risk, my eyes are open because of my values, okay? So when I say I take risk, it doesn't mean that, oh, I take risk, I'm not going to do juju money. No, I'm not talking about that. My values still guides my risk. Maybe that's my calculated risk. I have values that actually guide my risk, okay? So that's very important. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. How do I find motivation to do things? I could want to do something, but will lack the motivation or desire to go through with it. How do you suggest I go about it? I have one step for you to do it. Just do it. What are you waiting for, little? Just do it. What could happen? You have something you want to do. I dare you. I dare you to do it. Just do it. That's all. Just do it. Some days I wake up, like this morning, like an hour before this meeting, my head was really aching. I'm like, if only I could cancel this meeting. But I'm right here. Just do it. If we all do the things I will feel like doing, the world will not be going round. Okay, so just be Nike. Just do it. No more advice for you just later.
Okay. Please let me announce something. On YouTube, the attendance link is in the caption, but also pinned to the comment. It's the very first comment you're going to see. On Facebook, the attendance link is in the caption. It's in the caption. The code is scrolling on your screen. I love what some of you are saying. Pay attention. Don't just focus on attendance.
Excellence, are you there?
Yes, a call came in. It twitched my internet. What's your advice for someone creating a creative business?
Fake it until you make it. If you are into the creative business, you are not the first to do it. Look for a creative business on Instagram that you really admire or someone you really admire abroad and start patterning things. That's the way to start, because you are asking how to start. Fake it, pattern it, fake it until you get there. Thank you very much, Mercy Timothy. I think that sometimes it's just inspiration of God, and sometimes it's life. It teaches you wisdom. So Zawadi, I hope that's correct. Look for somebody that is doing something that you want to do, because I mean, I'm not saying that they do exactly what you want to do, but there's a prototype of what you like to do, and start patterning after it. Even if, for instance, now a creative business could be like you want to learn design. There must be a way that you design things. Fake it, start patterning with them. If, for instance, you want to learn how to manage your creative businesses, you want to learn how to manage Instagram accounts, create 1 or 2 Instagram accounts that are fakes, like pseudos, and start looking at people that you respect and start designing that page like them. So fake it until it becomes real. I hope that's quite helpful.
It is. Unfortunately, we can't take more questions. I think some people are having battery issues and all of that, and the internet as well. So, while you have final for us, there are many questions around. A lot of people are complaining about limiting beliefs,
Yeah.
depression,
Yeah.
feeling okay, all of that. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So I want to say that my thoughts are that be your best fan to yourself and do not self-sabotage yourself. In most cases, we don't achieve the things that we want to achieve because we doubt ourselves. Because Lillian, Richard, I'm not saying fake it in a positive manner. Fake it. Don't. That's the problem. You add something to things. Just first of all, copy and copy well. It's when you copy and copy well that you start learning how to create. Do you understand that? You can learn some. I mean, I used to say, oh my goodness, I'm diving. I used to say that there is originality sometimes is actually bringing 2 original ideas together and using it to form your own, and it's something unique. That's how we're all born. Our parents came together. So as original, as unique as you are a product of 2 people actually coming together. So we can say that you are original, but we can also say that has never. It's not like you have never happened before. Your daddy has happened before. Your mommy has happened before. They came together. Okay. So fake it first. Make it perfect. Like, for instance, if I'm asking you, if you want to go into a car business, create Benz first. Fake Benz. Fake it in the corner of your house first, and then give it another name. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So don't fake it with fake it, create it, recreate it first. So I was saying that for my final words, I want to say that do not self-sabotage yourself. Believe in yourself. If nobody else is believing in you, root for yourself. Be your own self, your fan. Write a letter to yourself that dear Shitu Abiola Olamide, you are the best person I've ever met. I believe so much in you. You are so excellent in what you do. Fake it. Like, do it. Be your own cheerleader. Never self-sabotage. Don't let the thoughts in your mind or the thoughts in your head cripple you. You need to know that everybody that is out there that look like they've achieved something actually have thoughts in their minds that they are fighting with. What do? We always talk down that thought. I wake up every morning and tell my thought, you this thought, and I'm not going to allow you today. Today I'm going to achieve, okay? Do not self-sabotage. Edith Brown, how do you stop self-sabotage? Just stop it. Just tell it to yourself right now that that thought is self-sabotaging. I want you to stop it right now and then do otherwise. I talk a lot to myself, okay? So you can do this. I'm rooting for you. Mrs. Excellence is rooting for you as well. Thank you very Excellence for this opportunity. It was nice to have chatted with all of you. Thank you for having me. I look forward to actually seeing you all succeed. I'm living out your dreams, and I pray that it goes well with you. Amen.
Thank you so much. You're asking for your social media handle. Which should I give them? Facebook, LinkedIn.
So let me preach Okay, so which one do you guys use the most?
Most of them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Gosh, my Instagram is not open at this time. But you know what? Okay, you know what? Miss Excellence will give you on my social media platform. I think I will just open it up. Yeah.
I'll share that with you in your groups.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Babajide. Bye. I want to say thank you to everyone for coming on board tonight. I understand the network thing. It's everywhere. I'm also experiencing it. as well as the network, the data, and all. So please fill your forms properly. We're going to look at another way to manage this coaching calls. But please, can you just tell me, has the coaching calls been impactful? You've attended two so far, just two. Do you think they make sense, or do you think we should stop? Because we can't have 1,500 participants here and we're having just about 500 in a coaching call. Do you think we should stop, or do you think it makes more sense? Do you enjoy it? Is it worth it? What do you think? What do you think? Is it worth it? Should we continue or should we stop? What do you think? Okay, okay. I'm going to leave the link there for a bit, so don't worry. Go back there later. I know the network thing, so you go back there later and feel it. Okay, so we should not stop. All right, we'll find a way to work around it. I'll discuss with the team, and we'll know how to make it a lot better for everyone with the network and internet issues. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll just let you rest. Let me go and relax and enjoy the rest of my birthday day before the day is over. Thank you all for coming on board. Thank you for celebrating me. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your pictures. God bless you. I am very grateful. You will not lack help. You will also be celebrated. Maybe one, I don't know if when I'll have time because I'm not among the coaches taking the coaching calls. I was reading some of you's question and I was just smiling because I've been there. I've been there. Like I'm like, oh my God, only if she understands. But I'll try to use my mails. I'll try to use my YouTube platform as well to record parts of my journey, share my story, share lessons I've learned, self-sabotaging, I've done it, depression, I've been there, pain, I've been there, I failed before. Today, if I'm going to share something brief with you, a friend of mine called me. She used to be my best friend in secondary school, but we kind of fell out after I got married. By the way, I got married 2 weeks to my 22nd birthday, and the marriage lasted for 3 years before it ended. And she said she was saying a lot of things. She was like, Excellence, you've gone through stuff. Oh, imagine you being one of the brightest students in school, coming out, not getting admission early, getting admission, how things were tough, how you now married, the person you married, you really trusted, that was a ministry, and how everything turned out. But you just kept forging. She was saying a lot of things, and it kind of brought me to tears because it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and she's like, you went to write book for technology for girls. You need to write your story too to share with these girls so that they can also learn. And I agreed with her. I said, I'm working on it, but I'm not done. But even before the book is done, I think I need to share most of these things with you so that you will know that you're not alone. You will know that you will overcome this. You will know that you will look back and say, oh, and share your story. However, time does not change anything in itself. If I tell you, don't worry, in 5 years' time, you look back. If you stay now and you're still doing what you're doing between now and 5 years' time, you will not look back and say anything. I will not deceive you. Nothing will change. There are things you do when she's telling you just do it. She's not lying, no. She's not lying. It's just the way it has been. When I said take up girls, it's not like I figured everything out. There's nothing you figure out by yourself. There are a lot of things I want to share with you guys, but I don't want to keep you so long today. I'm going to be opening my inner circle next week. Unfortunately, the inner circle is not free. However, it's very affordable. For those of you that can get in, you can get in. Because I'm not going to take so many. It's going to be one-on-one. That's for those that are ready to ruggedly build their life. Like you have already known, I'm very disciplined. I'm very intentional. Very, very intentional. Very, very intentional. Someone asked the question that she didn't have help, the parents didn't have money. Oh my God, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. Today, I was literally brought to tears that my friend, a girlfriend, not my boyfriend, not a boy, not a man, a girlfriend gave me a Louis Vuitton bag, almost ₦1 million, like today for my birthday. That was just not all the things. That was just one of the things she gave me. Got gold jewelry and all of that. But did I start like that? No, 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 no. I didn't start like that. I didn't start like that. I've also been there when I don't have friends. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I don't know anybody. I can't go anywhere. I didn't know where to drop my CVs. So there are a lot of things. So if I'm being hard on you, if I'm telling you to attend the coaching call, I'm not deceiving you. I'm not trying to punish you. I don't hate you. No, I don't. I'm trying to help you. If you're putting attendance there, trust me, it's difficult to have to start extrapolating the attendance and marking it into your sheet to make sure that we don't make mistakes, because it is manual. Because it's manual, so it's more difficult for us. I can just leave you, go and take the course now, log in. Whenever you take it, if you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. If you like, forward it to the end and mark complete. But I'm trying to keep you accountable. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to guide you. The mentors are there to help you. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. I'm saying it. Don't take it for granted. We can decide to leave you. We can say if you like attend, don't attend. We'll put replay for you. Don't take it for granted. Don't be so focused on attendance sheets that you're not paying attention. Don't take it for granted. And everybody that you see coming here, they have walked the walk. They're not just talking the talk. So please, head jaw, take it serious. Please take it serious. Please take it serious. Take it serious. No matter the technical skills you have, you can still be broke. These coaching calls are important. No matter the technical skills you have, you can still be broke. These coaching calls are important. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I hope someday some of you will actually be empowering other women and you will share your story of how you get here. And I pray that my name will make it to your story as well. That I helped you and I pushed you. I was hard on you. It was like I was angry, but I pushed you. I hope that day will come. Thank you so much. And I would just say, everyone, have a beautiful night rest. Good night. The code is 725. The code is 725. The code is 725. The code is 725. The code is 725, and it is scrolling on your screen. That means you cannot listening. That's when you're not watching. It is scrolling on your screen. It's scrolling and it's scrolling there for minutes. All right. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye bye.